Hi there, welcome to Practical Workshop looking at plant rates in construction. I'm sort of considering how to go about the excavation process. So plant rate, this is purely for exercise purposes. If I had a digger and a dumper and I knew how much it was per week, you could quite easily collect the cost per week, but I'm going to make it a little bit more complicated and I'm going to consider pounds per hour for this excavation, just to give us an exercise to do. Okay, so step one, we've got all the information. Step two, we're breaking down into common units. Now I know pounds per hour is a pounds per unit, and you times it by that unit per hour, and that will cancel the units out and allow you with that pounds per hour. However, if I had some situation such as this where I had £150 per week, and then we knew that it was 39 hours per week, how would we then turn that into weeks per hour? Well, actually, you just inverse it and then just make sure you put division in there. Okay, so this is the formula we would use. Okay, that's all we have to do. Okay, in terms of maths, that's all we're doing. We're just plugging that formula in. So my common unit down here in my dumper is weeks. So all I would do is use this formula, pounds per week divided by hours per week, and that will give me pounds per hour. Okay, so all I do is where it says 150, that's my pounds per 1 week. Okay, and then how many hours? 39 hours per 1 week. There we go. 150 over 1 divided by 39, so it's 150 divided by 39. There is my answer. Okay, and that's all I do with the rest. Okay, so pounds per week, and I know how many hours there are in a week. Okay, we know that the digger is £700 per week, including machine hire. Okay, we're not looking for the driver cost, right? So 50% is machine hire only. So what we're doing here is, instead of saying £700 per 1 week, we're dividing it by 2. Okay, and we're saying, because it's half of that, 50%, you could either do 70 over 1 times 0.5, or you could do 70. There's a million ways of doing the same thing. However, this is the way I've used it. I've said, you know what, it's £700 per week, but I need to half that to allow for just machine hire only. Okay, because I've got my driver costs next down here. Okay, and then I times it by my hours per week. All right, there we go, £8.97. And then I've got my driver cost, 50% of the £700 week. Okay, so technically I could just put digger hire with driver, and I could just forget halving it, couldn't I? And then it would just be twice that. So, but this is just purely showing you how there's different ways of working the same thing, the same equation, but you come out with the same answer. That's the main thing. All right, and then fuel, I know I've got litres as my common denominator. I know how many litres per week, and I know how many litres per hour. Now, how am I going to work this one out? I've got hours and weeks. How am I going to work this one out? Well, actually, litres is still my denominator. I want to work out pounds per hour, don't I? So here, this still works. Pounds per unit, which would be litres. Hours per unit. Oh, that one doesn't work, does it? So let's try this one. Pounds per unit, pounds per litre, yep. And have I got litres per hour? Yes, I do. So I use this equation here, okay? So all I'm doing is thinking, what have I got? Okay, I've got litres per 1 week, and I've also got pounds per 1 litre. That will then eliminate litres and allow me to have pounds per hour, which is 5.78. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know, and I'll try and make it clearer. I'm not sure how, but yeah. Okay, so costing all together, I'm adding them all up now, and there's my final cost. So that is £13.47, as you can see up here, pounds per hour. Okay, based on all that information. All right, thanks for your time. Take care.